In the quiet countryside of Bavaria, about 70 kilometers north of Munich, stood a lonely farmhouse. Locals called it Hinterkaifeck. At first glance, it was ordinary. Cattle in the barn, smoke rising from the chimney, but beneath the snow and silence was a story so chilling it would echo for a century. 6 people lived there: Andreas, Kazila, Gruber, their daughter, Victoria, and her 2 children, and the maid. A family haunted by rumors. And then, in late March of 1922, something happened that would make Hinterkaifeck infamous. Neighbors began noticing strange things. Keys vanishing, a newspaper from Munich appearing on the farm, though no one subscribed. Footprints in the snow leading to the farmhouse, but none leading away. At night, Andreas heard noises in the attic. He searched with a lantern. Nothing, only shadows. The family whispered of being watched. But life went on, because on farms, life always goes on. Then came the night, March 31st. One by one, each member of the family was lured to the barn. We don't know how. We only know they never came back out alive. Andreas, Kazila, Victoria, young Kazila, just 7 years old. Inside the farmhouse, the maid Maria and the youngest, 2-year-old Joseph. 6 souls, all murdered. The weapon, a mattock, like a farmer's pickaxe. Their bodies laid undiscovered for days until neighbors came searching and found Hinterkaifeck silent, except for the cattle still waiting to be fed. What the neighbors saw stayed with them forever. The barns was heavy with the stench of blood, bodies stacked, faces bruised. Young Kazila's hand turned from pulling at her own hair in terror. Inside the house, Maria on her bed, Joseph in his cot, no one spared. And yet, the cattle had been fed. The chimney smoked, bread baked. Someone had lived in the house for days after the murder, sleeping under the same roof as the dead. But who? And why? When the crime was discovered, word spread like wildfire. The villagers swarmed the farmhouse. Some came out of fear, others out of morbid curiosity. And their panic, they trampled over footprints, moved evidence, blood what could have been crucial clues. Police arrived from Munich, or in 1922, forensic science was still primitive. No DNA, no fingerprints, no security cameras, just blood, rumors, and a farmhouse that seemed to whisper secrets. The police turned to the villagers. First, Lawrence Sklidenbois, a neighbor. He was one of the first to discover the bodies, but something about his behavior disturbed many. He casually fed the cattle, moved the bodies, and showed a strange calmness, almost too calm. Some whispered he was the father of little Joseph, a child born from Victoria's secret relationship, a relationship Andres, her father, was rumored to have forbidden. Was Lawrence acting like a man familiar with the house, or simply a farmer doing what needed to be done? Then came the idea of bandits or vagrants. Perhaps a stranger had stumbled upon the farm, killed for money, but nothing was stolen. Gold coins remained, jewelry untouched. This wasn't robbery. It was something darker. Some even whispered of Andreas Gruber himself, known to be street violent and accused of unspeakable acts towards his own daughter Victoria. Could this have been revenge? A family feud gone too far? Or was the killer someone close? So close that they could walk into Hinterkaifeck unnoticed? The theories multiplied. Police interviewed over 100 people. From neighbors to soldiers, from jealous lovers to traveling craftsmen, but every suspect slipped through their fingers. The years passed. The fight stacked higher. There was no resolution. The farmhouse itself became a place of fear. People refused to go near it after dark. Children whispered that ghosts roamed the barn. And eventually in 1923, Hinterkaifeck was torn down. Its wood and stone clattered, but the memory remained. After the murders, the villagers spoke of shadows. Some claimed to see figures moving near the ruins at night. Others swore they heard the sound of footsteps crunching snow, but when they turned, nothing was there. Cattle refused to enter the new barns built on the land. Dogs howled at unseen presence. For decades, the story of Hinterkaifeck was passed from mouth to mouth like a ghost tale. Children were warned, don't wander near the woods or the murderer will take you too. Some believed the farmhouse itself was cursed, that Andre Gruber cruelty poisoned the soil, that the incestuous relationship between father and daughter had invited darkness. Could the murders have been more than human range? A force beyond reason, using someone as its hand? Local priests blessed the land, but still people avoided it. Even today, descendants of the villagers admit they feel uneasy near Hinterkaifeck ghosts. Decades later, the case refused to die. In the 1990s, the German police reopened the file with modern criminal profiling. Investigators revisited the evidence. Their conclusion: most road led back to Lorenz Schlittenberg. Why? Because he had motive, he had access, and intimate knowledge of the farm. But after so many years, the proof was impossible. No DNA could be tested, no witness remained alive, and the case was closed permanently. The murderer, the official record states, will never be known. What happened on that snowy night in 1922? Was it a crime of passion? Was it a neighbor's revenge? Or something far stranger lurking in the dark? Something far stranger lurking in the dark woods of Bavaria? One truth remained. Hinterkaifeck is more than just a crime story. It's a scar etched into German folklore. A story where every theory feels possible and where silence speaks louder than answers. The Hinterkaifeck murder remains one of the darkest mysteries of the 20th century. 6 lives brutally ended. No confession, no trial, no justice, only silence. The farm itself was demolished in 1923, just 1 year after the murders. The land was plowed flat, as if erasing the house might erase the horror. But some scares cannot be buried. When we strip away the legends, the curses, the ghost stories, we are left with a chilling human tragedy. A family isolated, a father that was scared, and a community divided. We are left with a murderer, someone who walked among them, who was never caught. And maybe that's what unsettles us most. The idea that evil isn't a shadowy stranger, it's a familiar face, a neighbor, a friend. To this day, no one knows the truth, and maybe we will never know. But the story of Hinterkaifeck lingers, a chilling reminder that some mysteries refuse to stay buried. If this story shook you, don't stop here. We've got more unsolved mysteries, chilling crimes, and haunting tales waiting. Hit the subscribe button for the next deep dive into the dark corners of history. And tell me in the comments, do you think Hinterkaifeck was a work of a neighbor seeking revenge, or something far sinister? Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are humans.